Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing this amazing day? We got some sunshine. Yesterday, we had some rain, which was great for me because the garden needed the rain. So, we had a whole lot of rain yesterday, and I'm so thankful and grateful for the rain that we had yesterday. So, how's everybody doing this amazing morning? Welcome to Coffee with Nikki. I'm your host. Nikki Davis. This is your daily cup of information and inspiration. So let's see who is in the building. You already know when you walk in the room, say you are blessed. If you woke up this morning, you feeling good, you are blessed, right? So let's see who's in the building this morning. Good morning, Lakeisha. Lakeisha is first, and she on West Coast time. So it is 6 o'clock in the morning over there. Good morning, Lakeisha. Good morning, Big Meech. Big Meech says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Crystal. She says she's blessed. Good morning, Miss Lois. I'm blessed on this miracle day. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Good morning, Kendra. Good morning. Good morning, cousin. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Tiffany. She says she is blessed and highly favored. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Naomi. Naomi says she's awake, alive, and blessed. Good morning, Jasmine. She said, I'm blessed. It's a rainy morning here. We had all the rain yesterday. It was pouring down, raining. And I was so thankful that I was able to get all of the leaves, all of the dirt into my raised beds. Now, let me just tell y'all about that for a second before we get into the day, right? Good morning, Miss Linda. Miss Linda says, I am blessed, favored, and ready for my miracles. Amen. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, yesterday I knew that the rain, well, it's been saying it was going to rain and we haven't gotten the rain, and so it decided that it was going to rain yesterday. So I said as soon as I got off of Coffee with Nikki, I was going to start moving everything because the leaves were going to get heavy, which meant it was going to be more difficult for me to move them to the raised beds, and the dirt was going to be heavy. So I was like, let me hurry up and try to get this done before everything gets heavy. So after Coffee with Nikki, I went outside, moved all of the leaves and the dirt over. And then maybe like I want to say about an hour or so afterwards, that's when the rain started. It was raining all night long, which is great because now everything gets to soak and mix and, do the things that it needs to do in order for my dirt to be optimal. So when I put my new stuff in. So I was so exhausted. I have not to mention these beds that I have, they're 8 feet. So 8 feet long, I think. How many feet across? One, two, three, 4 feet across. And I was like, oh my goodness. And my sons, they were working, and on the weekends they were working both days. So it was difficult for them to get to it. But I knew I wanted to get to it before everything got too heavy and wet. So, or it was going to sit there until it dried out, until the boys got off. And I was like, then I'm going to really miss, like Mr. Steve said, you're missing your growing season. So I didn't want to do that. Mr. Steve's going to be very impressed when he doesn't see the dirt pile that's in the front. He's like, oh, you filled your beds. So, yes, I'm super excited. Oh, and I wanted to also share, I don't want you guys, because I realized that I wasn't so excited about my garden this year. And that is because the season, the way things are turning out, we had cold, we haven't had like really warm days, and so everything hasn't been growing the way that it usually does. And so I was a little discouraged because I was like, am I going to get anything? Is anything going to happen? So it's kind of started messing with me a little bit. But yeah, when I went outside this morning, the rain did it some good, and it looks like things are popping. Everything looks good. I have broccoli, little broccolinis or whatever they're growing in there, and I could see those. I got little flowers on my tomatoes, so I'm excited about those. My collard greens are collard greening. And so everything looks like it's doing something in there. So I'm excited now. So I'm back to being excited about my garden, especially now that I got all of the grow beds ready. And I'm going to see what, it'll be ready for fall. Like I told Mrs. Steve, it'll be ready for fall crops, but it'll be there and it'll be growing. So I'm excited about that. So I'll be sharing that with you guys as well. So let me see who else. It was hailing at 3:30. Hailing in Dallas? Goodness. At 3:30 in the morning. That's too much. This sweatshirt is everything. The t-shirt, Oh, look who's in the building. Miss Quell's in the building. Hey, Miss Quell. Hey, Miss Quell. Welcome back. We miss you, girl. All right. So I just wanted to share my little garden situation with you guys. So how's everybody doing? How are you doing? Are you doing well? How are you? Did you print out your goal planner sheet? I put up the PDF in the community. It's in the free portion of the community. Everybody should be able to access it. Let me know if you were able to access it, and if you haven't, then I have to show. I'll put it here in the chat if you did not get the PDF for your goal setting for the week. So let me know in the chat if you got it. Hey, Quail Bell. Hey, Yolanda. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. She says she is blessed. So today we are going to continue talking about road mapping and goals and setting our goals. Today will be the last day because it was only supposed to be for Monday, but we got into a couple of other things. And so it was only supposed to be for then. And today was supposed to be something new. But today we're going to continue with the goal setting because it is very important to map out where, map out your direction. Where do you want to go? What's the destination? Where, how are you going to get there? Are you going to drive? Are you going to take the bus? Are you going to take the train? Like, are you going to skate? Are you going to, how you get into your destination, right? We need to know how you're going to get to your destination and what do you need in order for you to get there, right? Successfully. And what should happen if you should, if you should have challenges, how are you going to overcome them? So that is what we're going to be discussing today. Miss Loy says she didn't get it. Happy Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. Quarter to LeBron. Happy Tuesday, Connie. Let me see. Let me grab it real fast for y'all. If I can grab the link and I'll grab it. It's just a simple weekly goal planning sheet for which you want to accomplish for the day. All right. Where's the link? Copy the link. Okay. Let me know if you guys can see this and let me know if you guys will be able to download it. It's a long link, sorry y'all. But let me know if it's clickable. Let me know if it's clickable. Yesterday we were talking about new week, new goals. This week I decided that I was going to create a little planner sheet. This way you can see what your goal is for the week. We're not talking about your long-term goals. We want to know what your goal is for the week. What do you want to accomplish by the end of the week, right? What do you need to do in order to get there? What are the steps that you're going to do to get to that destination? How many times are you going to post? Where are you going to post? What are you going to do? When are you going to start making your products? When are you going to start whatever that looks like for you? That is why I created the PDF so that you can start putting it in there really quickly and just see it, because again, we need to see these milestones before we hit the big thing, right? So let me know if you can click it. Michi says we can click it. Let me know if y'all can see it, y'all. Let me know. And on the sheet, it's very simple, very easy. I have your goals. It's only for the week. I also have the top three. If you want to have more than one goal, what's the top three, right? And so, did I make it editable? Because I didn't mean to. Let me know if it's editable. Because I don't want nobody to mess with it. It's clickable. Got it. Got it. Got it. All right. So yeah, so you have your goals for the week. What's your top three that you want to get done? Don't overcrowd it with a bunch of things, because once you put a bunch of things on there, you're going to feel a little discouraged that you're not going to get all of them done. So put the top three that has to get done, right? And put those in order. And then you're going to use your weekdays to put what you're going to do. What daily thing are you going to do to move you closer to that thing? So if that means that you got to schedule out content, it does that. One of these days should be a content day. What day is going to be your content day? One of these days should be, you packaging orders or whatever. What day is that going to be? Do you package orders every day? What are you going to do? Every day you should have something. Every single day, right? I think you guys can click on it. Let me see. Let me see if I could do a view only link. All right. Okay. Because I think I did it where you guys could edit it. And if somebody edited, it's going to be everybody's information in there, right? So I'm going to Thank you, Jazz. All right, so now click that one. Click that one. Good morning, Chantel. Good morning, sis. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, so yes, there's an edit button. Edit button. Okay, so click the second link that I just gave you, because that one, it should make it just regular. Jasmine, my graphic designer, my graphics pro, please let me know if it's just the PDF itself without being editable. Because I don't want it to be. Let me know in the chat. I seen everybody's names come up. I was like, I think it's editable. I got to do it the other way. All right, so while I'm waiting for y'all to let me know, so during the days of the week, you put it in your small things that you need to do to accomplish that. Remember, one of these days have to be your content days. One of these days have to be your content day. Why? Because you need to have your content for the week. You want to sell something, you need content. You want to talk to people, you need content. You want to be, show up, you need content. Right? You have to show them something. I'm definitely going to be doing a content class. I told you guys that. I'm going to do a content class and, well, not a content class, but just planning out the content. And then we have the GIST group meeting is going to be on this Sunday at 7 p.m. Maybe the template link isn't downloadable unless you print a PDF. Got you. Got you, got you, got you. It should be view only link now. It should be view only link. So let me see. Oh, nope, it was my error. I did it again. Okay, third time's a charm. Third time's a charm. Let's check it out. Yeah. The weather just popped up. Third time's a charm. Let's see. Oh, that one doesn't have the edit button. Okay, so let me know if I'm straight. Put ones in the chat if I'm straight. Put twos if I need to. What? Put twos. Put twos if I need to change it. Ones if I'm right. Twos if I need to change it. Let me know. All right, so I think we're good, right? So also I have a space for your to-do list. So what things you need to do. And also whatever notes. So if you know that there was a challenge, you may want to write that you had a challenge on in your notes. If there is something that you want to switch out, you may want to, switch it out in your notes. If there, whatever that thing is for you, that the notes are there for you to see, maybe you accomplished something sooner than you expected, that you had wrote down. So you may want to write that down, right? And then maybe you put something else in its place because you did that. So you want to write down those things so you can see where you're succeeding and where you're weak at, so that you can strengthen those weaknesses, right? We always play up to our strengths, but we need to play up to our weaknesses as well, because our weaknesses is showing us where we need to work at, where we need to work at. Yeah. What we need to work on. Yes, 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 and yes. So let me see. Template link instead of view only. My bad. I thought Canva would at least allow downloading. Oh. It's view only now. So if it's view only now, are you able to download it? Can't download. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Kay. Happy terrific Tuesday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see. Well, I know for sure it's a PDF on in the community. I know for sure. Let me grab that. That I know for sure is there. Let's see. Can I share this? I can. All right. All right. So forget everything that I did. And here we go. You'll be able to see the replay from yesterday. Plus, you'll be able to get the PDF. It's downloadable. You don't have to you don't have to worry about the editable link that I posted. This one is better. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. All right. So I want you guys to make sure you download that. And like I said, I'm not checking in with you to like it's homework or anything, but just so that we can see what you've accomplished by the end of the week. We're going to check in maybe on Monday. We're going to check in again to make sure, you hit your marks, right? And then you also want to put your milestones on there. You're going to know when you hit, you're going to know you hit your goal when you did what, right? So you want to make sure the many little steps that's on the way, you want to write those down too. So if you know that it's your website, so you might want to say setting up the emails, sending out content, or whatever emails every day, every 2 days, every 3 days. Put that down, right? Automate your content. That may be something that you want to do. Schedule out your social media. Figure out what platform you want to schedule out your social media on. What products are going out? What products need to be made? Maybe you need to put that on there. I need to clean up my area. I'm going to clean up my area. I'm going to clean up my area for how long, right? I'm going to take 2 hours and clean up my area. I'm not going to spend longer than 2 hours because I'm going to keep on my schedule. So 2 hours to clean up my space, and then, off to the next thing, right? I want to make sure that I bring new customers in. How am I going to bring new customers in? Maybe I'm going to do a giveaway. So Thursday, I'm going to give it, Thursday, I'll do a giveaway. Like you want to make sure you put all of that onto your schedule. Right, put all of that onto your schedule. So I have my notes that I did not get to finish yesterday. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to visualize your week. We were talking about this yesterday. Visualize your week, visualize your goals. What is it that you really want to accomplish within the week, right? For me, I said I wanted to have, I told you guys yesterday, I wanted to do at least a daily short on my YouTube, right? Because I am on the road to 100K and I'm almost at 20K, and I want to be there by December 31st, which means I need to get busy, right? I need to start producing content. And so I'm going to start putting up my shorts every day, right? I want to post on social media about 2 to 3 times a week. I mean, a day. 2 to 3 times a day, right? I want to start using TikTok a little more. I'm noticing that, I'm starting to pick up momentum on TikTok. So I want to start working on TikTok a little more. What else do I want to do? I want to organize my space. I want to, I did one thing out my garden, set up my garden. That one thing is done. Even though I wouldn't so much call that as, I wouldn't say that was my goal because I knew I was going to do it. I just didn't put it off. So I had to celebrate my small win because I didn't put it off, even though I could have put it off, right? I could have waited for the rain to come. I could have waited for the dirt and everything else to dry in order to put my stuff in. But I decided yesterday that I was going to take the initiative and I was going to take myself outside and do it if I felt like it or if I didn't, right? And I was out there for hours. I think I was done at 4 o'clock, and I went right after coffee with Nikki. I was out there since 11 to 4, moving that stuff. I was determined. I wasn't going to come back and finish it tomorrow. I wasn't going to come back and finish it another day. I knew that I wanted to finish it all yesterday, and that's exactly what I did. So with that being said, what is your big goal for, well, not the big goal for your year, but your big goal for the week? What is it that you want to accomplish? I asked you guys this yesterday, but I want to ask you again today. What's the big goal that you want to accomplish this week? Okay, so Cheryl says she downloaded the last link. Good morning, Teltra. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so Linda says she can't download it. If you go to this link right here, you should be able to go to the PDF and you'll be able to download it from there. It's already there. You don't have to worry about the link or anything like that. You should be able to just print from there. So what is your major goals for the week? What are your major goals for the week? Another one, my major goal is to get my Etsy shop ready and go and established by Monday, right? That's with all of my pictures. That's with my keywords, short and long tail keywords. That's also with all of my product descriptions. everything that I need. So one of these days is going to have to be my content day so I can take 10 pictures, because I know that I don't have 10 different pictures that I could use that's showing versatility of what my product is or in use or whatever. So I know that I'm going to have to do that. And so a lot of you guys who are planning to get your Etsy shop together, that is also something you're going to have to consider. When are you going to take these photos? Because you need to utilize all 10 slots, right? And not all 10 of the same thing. You need to show your product being used different, the way it looks in the packaging, the way it looks outside of the packaging, the way, just different things, close up, texture, all those type of things you have to show with your in your Etsy, right? Because it gives people, I don't have to ask you questions. I don't have to, inquire about certain things about what your product does or whatever, because all of that information is going to be there, right? So that's one of my major goals, is to get my Etsy together. I also have some other smaller ones, but my Etsy one is like the major one for me. All right, so Naomi says she's got it. Shop around for new products I can offer my customers, create designs I can sell as is with the options to personalize them. Got it. Personalization. I've been doing my research, and personalization is always has always been a big thing. But being that the economy is slowing down and things are a little weird with people spending, personalized objects and things for especially events and stuff like that is very big. Why is it very big? Because people are always going to find a reason to celebrate themselves, right? There's always going to be baby showers, there's always going to be weddings, there's always going to be birthdays. You may not celebrate every single thing. People are always going to celebrate Christmas, right? They may not celebrate pumpkin spice because nobody's saying Thanksgiving, right? So nobody's celebrating. They may not be celebrating pumpkin spice, but you know that there's going to be people, them pumpkin spice lovers. They're epic, right? They are relentless. They want their pumpkin spice. I don't know what it is about pumpkin spice, but people are so in love with pumpkin spice, and that is going to be a thing. So you know that seasonally and holidays are always going to be things that are going to be celebrated. So if you could personalize these objects, people are going to say, I may want to spend that extra money, or I may want to spend this money on this product or this thing for my favors, or as a gift or whatever, because it shows that I care. It shows that I was thoughtful. And so personalization is a really big thing right now. So that is an awesome thing, Miss Miche. Miss Miche. Let me see. Yolanda says, have my Etsy shop up and running and website running. Got you. Now, if you want, did you get your Etsy reboot workbook? Say that 3 times fast. Etsy reboot workbook. Did you download that? Work on my Etsy. You got to do your banner, edit titles, description, and better pics, etc. Okay, so now utilize your calendar and put what you're going to do and when you're going to do it, right? Because you do have your regular things that you have to do. Oh my goodness, I forgot about Jordan. Good morning, Jordan. Good morning. Photos and redo some labels. Love me some pumpkin spice. I'm telling you, right? Pumpkin spice, them people are out there. Yes, I got the workbook. Okay, good. I'm going to have to hit you up later about the workbook. Okay. All right. Sounds like a plan. Make sure you just send me a message. I got you. So put it on your schedule, what you need to do, when you need to do it, and how you're going to do it. Put it on your calendar, right? Because if you put it there, that you're going to have to do it, right? If I put it there, I put it there for a reason. At least I can hold myself accountable for me writing it down in my calendar. Right? So does everybody commit to properly planning out their week? Put some ones in the chat. You can't expect things to get done if you're not going to do them. You can't expect to get to your destination if you don't have a plan. You don't get to a destination without a map unless you already know the way. And if you already know the way, then you're familiar with going that way. And if that's the way that you've been going and that's not has not been successful for you, now it's time for you to figure out a new destination. It's time for a new way for you to travel to get to that place, because you're familiar with this place and you have no results with that place. So now you need to switch it up and try a different way. Maybe you need to try the back roads. Maybe you need to try the long way, but that way is not working, right? So we got to try something different. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Felicia. Welcome back, girl. Today is the day of welcome backs. Welcome back. I hope all is well, and we miss you, girl. Where you been? Okay, so Miss Lloyd says she's working on her Etsy and Shopify. I need 2 weeks for both goals. So why don't you do 1 week, focus on 1 week, focus on the other. I promise to try hard. I'm telling y'all, if the ways that you've been doing it has not been working, it is time for you to do something different. Different, friend. Let me see. Crystal says 1. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. I want y'all to do the things that we say. I don't want you to listen to me and just say, oh, that's good information. I want you to listen to me, and I want you to go ahead. I don't say you got to do everything that I'm saying, but implement the strategies and implement the things that we are talking about so that you can actually see the results. Yes. Thank you. I miss y'all so much. Recovering from knee surgery. Oh, we hope you heal well. Heal well. Heal well. Because those knees, whew. My mom had knee surgery. Sean had knee surgery. And it's a doozy. It's a doozy. Jordan asked me to make sure he is awake when you alive. Oh, he went to sleep so late. He went to sleep late, so he couldn't get up. Oh, okay. I'll have him watch the replay. He has been exhausted and uncomfortable learning how to walk. I know, but he gonna get it. He gonna get it. He gonna be just fine. Just fine. So yes, so we all are going to do what we say, right? Don't just talk about it, be about it. Yes, 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 and yes. So I asked you, what goals do you? Everybody seems to have the Etsy goal, the website goal. What else? Am I missing somebody's goals? Let me know. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. What are your goals for the week? So I want you to visualize how you can I want you to visualize yourself being successful doing that thing, right? Because visualization is important. Visualize yourself achieving that thing, but also plan it out. Like, it's not going to magically get there. We need to plan it out. So what structure and what way are we going to get there? Thank you so much, Felicia. I appreciate you, girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What way are we going to get there? So the next thing you're going to do is set your destination, right? This is what we just said. How are you going to get there? What do you need to do to get there, right? The next thing is your milestones, right? What little things are going to take you to the big thing, right? What little things can you do to accomplish what little small things you can do? What small things you can accomplish to get to the big thing, right? What can you do? What can you do? Right? So what small things can you do? Everybody put it in the chat. I know Michi says she's going to be working on her Etsy. So what small things can you do to get there? What are the mini milestones, right? So let's say one day maybe the content. Again, one day may be the content, one day may be researching your keywords, another day may be figuring out what your product descriptions are going to be, another day may be how are you going to advertise. If you're not going to advertise, how are you going to promote your Etsy shop on your social media without an advertisement? How are you going to do that? Are you going to send that out in emails? Like, what are you going to do? These small things need to be on your calendar. These small things need to be on your calendar. Okay, so Miss Lloyd says she's going to do her Shopify first. That's totally fine. What small steps do you need to do in order for your Shopify shop to be up by Monday or ready to shop on by Monday? What do you need to do? Cousin Tree says, praying a speedy recovery, total and complete healing. Yes, yes, and yes. My goal is to get back on track. Okay, so Felicia says her goal is to get back on track and continue to be consistent. Yes, consistency is key. Yes, yes, yes. Go to sleep because your energy is low. That's because you be up all night. That's because you be up all night. And also, you want to put that into your schedule too, right? Where are you going to rest? When are you going to recover? What are you going to do? What does that look like for you? Does that mean you're going to bed at 9 o'clock at night? Does that mean that you're going to wake up early or wake up at a certain time and hit the ground running? What does that look like for you? Right? We have to remember, I was talking about self-care and all of that. You got to make sure that you're scheduling time to take care of you. Right? You can't try to do all of these things and then start, wearing down and getting burned out. We're not trying to get burned out, trying to get all of these things accomplished. We're trying to get the things accomplished, with consistency and accuracy and effectively. We want to make sure that we are hitting our target every single time and that we're not just wasting time and getting burned out because we're not doing anything that is going to be productive or going to produce results for us. Yes? Yes, yes, and yes. Hey, Jay. I'm working on all Etsy photos and videos, then keywords. Absolutely. And make sure you just put that into your calendar. How many hours are you going to use? How many hours of the day are you going to do your photos? How many hours of the day are you going to do videos? How many hours of the day are you going to do keywords? Or if it's not hours, maybe it's an hour, maybe it's 15 minutes, whatever that looks like for you, make sure that you include that into your schedule. Right? Include that into your schedule. So you want to make sure that you're incorporating your milestones, right? Fill it in wherever they need to be. Yes, yes, and yes. Let me know. We together? Put ones in the chat if y'all with me on the milestones. Let me know. Ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. Hey, ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. Oh, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. All right. And then we're going to get to the next one. Let me know while I'm waiting for y'all. Let me know. All right, so we got some ones. We got some ones. We got some ones. Okay, so the next thing is, let me see. Nikki, during my rest period after the surgery, I found out I don't need to waste time on being perfect. Absolutely. Just try to understand the concept, follow it, and produce, and move forward. Absolutely. Yes, Felicia. Come on, Revelation. Come on, Revelation. Yes. Laura says, I'm working on my website, also looking for a bank to set up a business bank account. Well, there's 2 online banks that you can go to. I use Bluevine, and I know Yas uses Novo. Both have pretty good reviews. So if you want to do an online bank, those 2 are good. But if you are you're considering a bank that you bank with, then then I don't have suggestions for that one. But I know that the credit unions are really good as well because they're easier to give you money, lines of credit. So that may be something that you're interested in. And I know Chase has a really good business bank account. So you might want to consider that as well. So there you go. Okay, so we're good. Everybody got the ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. And key, like Felicia was saying, key, you do not need to be perfect. You just need to move. If your product is good and you're happy about it, put the thing out there, right? Your look and everything else may change and it's okay. Just get it going. Just get it going. You could get the feedback and you could change it up, right? You could say, I'm playing with this idea. I'm toying with this idea. So I just wanted you guys, tell me what you like about it. If you purchased it, let me know your thoughts about it. I need your feedback, whatever that is for you. Make sure that you say that when you're talking about your product, right? People will understand that you are trying to work on your craft. People will understand that you are perfecting your recipes. People will understand that. They'll understand that you're perfecting your look, right? You may think, well, my label is not perfect. This is not perfect. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, right? It may not look up to par when, with something else, but that's in comparison to something else. But is that the best that you could do right now? So how can you make it better? What could you do to make it better? That's what you got to think about. How can I make that thing better? If that means hiring somebody else, well, I can't hire somebody right now, but I'm going to put maybe $2, $3, $5, whatever aside until I can hire somebody to fix these labels for me. But while I'm waiting for these labels to get fixed, I am going to get this thing out here, right? And people are going to let me know, and I'm going to tweak it as necessary. Yes, 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 and yes. Do Bluevine have sub accounts? Yes. Yes, they do. Kay says she also has Chase. Bluevine, you can put, I don't know how many, but you can do all the subcategories. So if you want to put your stuff in different buckets, like how we were doing the budget from Profit First, or there we had Angela from Hello Breakthrough. She set up the budget for you to let you guys know what percentage to put in each bucket. You can do that as well. Yes, yes, and yes. All right, so we got the milestones. You're welcome. We got the milestones. Okay, so is anybody planning a launch this week? Is anybody planning some kind of promotion, some kind of sale, some kind of anything like that this week? Or is everybody building up their shops? Let me know in the chat. Are you building up your shop, or you're planning launching, or you're planning a sale or something like that? Let me know. Let me know, because when you do these things, you want to make sure that you're planning those things out, right? Because you don't want to say, oh, I'm launching this body oil in a week, and it's like, you need to let these people know that this body oil is coming. You need to let them know what about this body oil, like what could you do to make them excited about this product. They're not going to get excited if you just throw it at them, right? Do you get excited when somebody just throws something at you? No, unless they built up some kind of relationship with you, you're not going to get excited if somebody just said, oh, this is my candle, and they throwing it in your, not throwing it in your face like that, but you know what I'm saying, like they just pop out with a candle. You like, who are you? What are you doing? What are you selling? Where did you, first of all, what is this candle made of? Why are you selling me this candle? When have you started making candles? Like, you have questions, right? And so if we have questions, that's the purpose of you properly taking time out to set up what your launch is, what your plan is, what your conversation is, your communication for this product is, because they're not going to just take it and grab it just because you say that it's out there and it's good. They don't know that, especially if they don't know, like, and trust you yet, right? And so you have to build that up. And so if you are planning on launching anything, it needs to have a plan with it. Unless you are already established, and even the established people, they are planning well out into the year. They are planning their sales. Believe it, that you don't just see it just pop out, right? Those Telfar bags, they don't just pop out, right? They pop out to us because it's like, oh, surprise, but it's not a surprise. It's on their calendar, right? And so you want to operate like the big businesses. You're going to have to do like they do. You're going to have to build that communication. You're going to have to build the relationships with your customers. You can't just pop out and expect, oh, it didn't sell. It didn't sell because you didn't do a good job selling it. Do they know who you are? Do they know what the benefits of your products are? Do they know why you're standing out in the market? Like, what do they know about you? Have you showed up in the market? Have they even seen your stuff? Like, what do they know about you, and why should they buy it? Right? We got to start thinking about it like that, because people are not just going to just, oh, let me just get it. If they're your friends, they may, but people who don't know you, your brand new customers, or cold customers, they're not going to be so open to buy from you, especially if they can't understand you. They don't understand you. They can't relate to you. Like, what are we doing? Like, why are we here? Why am I choosing you over my tried and true whatever, right? Why would I take your body butter over this body butter, right? What makes you so special? You have not yet communicated that to your customers, and so they don't understand. So you confuse them, and you know what they say: you confuse them, you lose them. So if they're not clear on who you are, what you do, and what's in it for them, their benefits, they're not going to purchase from you. So we need to make sure that we do a better job in communication and relationship building when we are putting our products out, when we're doing product launches, when we're doing sales, and all of that type of stuff, because people need to get excited about it. Okay, so yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, so Linda says she's going to set up a quiz app, download app, set up quiz questions. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Kay. Yes, everybody, hit the thumbs up, y'all. Hit the thumbs up. So you got to make sure that you are building relationships. Everybody put in the chat, build relationships. Everybody's trying to sell a thing, and they feel like they're not hitting it. They're not hitting the mark. Why? Because you're just consistently selling the thing. I need you to not just be selling the thing. I need you to be giving some history. I need you to give them some behind the scenes. I need you to tell them why you chose certain ingredients. I need you to tell them why you even started making this, like, because maybe it's something that's relatable to them. Maybe they feel like, you know what, I have this problem too. And so I was wondering, what I can do. Oh, I found somebody who's just like me. People like to be related You know, they would like to have a relationship with you, and they like to be like, you know, with like-minded people. And so if I'm going to be with somebody who has had a son with, or I'm going to purchase from somebody whose son had eczema or whatever, I'm like, you know what? This helps me because my son had eczema and I had those dry scaly patches, and I really didn't know what to do about it until I started using this product. And so I understand what she's saying. So maybe let me test this thing out. Maybe this thing is going to work because I relate to her, right? We go to where we relate. We're not gonna be in a certain space unless it's something that you need, right? It's some information, a class or something like that you need. You're not gonna be with somebody you don't relate to, right? So how can you relate to your customers? You want to keep that in mind. Relate to your customers. Build relationships. Yes, everybody, building relationships. That is what you are doing whenever you're putting anything out, right? You want to make sure that your communication is on point. You got to make sure that the people know who they are, right? They need to know that they're part of your community. What do you call your community? How do they know they're part of your community? Are they in a secret group? Are they on your, do they get secret emails? Are they on your Facebook group? Like, how do they know that they're part of your community? Right? And a lot of us is just, there's no community, there's no communication. People don't understand who you are. They don't understand why you started. And maybe you are giving some information, but your information is not consistent. So it's all over the place. So when they come back, you're selling something different, or you're talking about something different, and none of it goes together. None of it's cohesive. So we got to do a better job of that. And that is why you have your schedule for your week. So you could clearly see all of the things that need to get done to get to your ultimate goal. Right? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Next thing, you want to make sure that you have your time slotted out, right? I was talking about it earlier. How long are you going to be doing a thing? If you know that you want to do 3 things, you can't spend all day doing one, right? So you got to figure out, how am I going to slot my time? How am I going to separate this into blocks, right? What is going to be, if I can actually get this done within a couple of hours, then I'm going to do that. If I can actually get this done in 30 minutes, let me put 30 minutes here instead of spending all day. Because the thing is that we'll go off of the schedule and go scrolling and go down rabbit holes, and we go and do that. You know how I know? Because I do it. So I know that it's difficult for you to stay on track when you do not have a schedule. Once you even if you have a schedule and you don't have any times on it, you'll go and say, okay, well, I'll just cram and do this, right? Because I want to do this. I want to watch this ratchet TV show. I want to hear this gossip video. I want to do this. And you'll go and do all of those things. And then you'll put the thing that you need to do that's on your priority list. You'll put that last because you did all those other things that are of no value. And it was time sucks, and it wasted your day away. And now you got to put that onto your next day. Now your next day got so much stuff on it. And now you can't keep up with that day. Right? So we need to put time slots on it, so that way we can actually manage it and get it done and get it out the way. Time slots. Everybody with me with the time slots? Put time slots in the chat. Time slots in the chat if you with me about the time slots, because I'm telling you, the time slots is going to help you. Even when I do the Pomodoro technique or method, whichever one it is, when I do the Pomodoro method, I actually try to get all of my work done within those time slots. Why? Because it's just, it's total focus. And so I'm trying to beat myself, like, oh, I want to see if I could get this done, and whatever. And so those time slots help me to keep up with the rest of my schedule. It helps to keep my schedule in line. So put time slots in the chat. 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 I got a song for everything, right? Time slots in the chat. Time slots. Number 7. Well, it's a number 7, but I added some stuff and took away some stuff, so it's really not a number 7. But the next thing I want you to do with your time slot is to put in when you're going to rest. When are you going to relax? What are you going to do that thing? Is it a meditation? Is that part of your miracle morning? Do that. If it is going to bed early, put that down. I want to go to bed at 9 o'clock. Start winding down at about 8 o'clock, right? If that's what you want to do. I still have not yet set up a routine that is going to work for me to go to sleep. And I haven't been actively pursuing it either. I'm like, I'm going to sleep when I go to sleep kind of thing. But if you know that you are going to be exhausted because you're working a regular 9 to 5, you have a family, you're trying to run your business, and you're trying to do all these things, if you know that your schedule is kind of full already with other things that are just not about your business, then you're going to want to be able to get to sleep at a decent time so you can have a good night's sleep. So when you wake up, you are rested, right? So if that's going to be waking up earlier for you so that you can get some things done for your business, then I'm going to go to bed at 9 o'clock so I can wake up at 5 o'clock so I can get A, B, and C done by 6, 7 o'clock, and then I will start the rest of my day, right? But we want to make sure that we are scheduling out our rest. If that rest is 9 o'clock, if you want to stop working at 6 o'clock in the evening, say that that's the time you want to stop working. But you got to make sure that you adhere to your schedule, because if you do not adhere to your schedule, how are you going to be off at 6? Things are just not going to get done. You're just going to say forget it and not do it. How are you going to get those things done? So you want to make sure that you set out some time for you to rest. If your meditation starts in the morning, you know that I'm going to meditate for however long in the morning, right? Add that to your schedule so that you don't skip it, right? So you got to get focused. Got to get focused. A Timo app. Let me see. I started using Timo app as a visual planner for my time and a Pomodoro for staying focused. Oh, I like that. Let me see. Is that an iPhone thing, girl? Is that an iPhone thing? Let me know. But you want to make sure that you do that, right? We don't want the burnout. We want to make sure that we're resting, because we need rest. Our brain can't function as well as it should if we have rest, right? So we want to make sure that we're well rested so that we can come up with some great ideas. Maybe you'll even come up with some ideas in your sleep. Who knows, right? But rest is important. So put in the chat, rest. Rest, rest, rest. Put that in the chat. Put that in the chat. Put rest in the chat. Next thing, I keep holding my fingers like all weird, and that's because I got the camera so far away so you guys can see more of me. So I need to keep my hands here. Keep my hands here. Put rest in the chat. Rest in the chat. You don't need to be burning yourself out, right? You should work hard. You should be, disciplined. You should be determined. You should persevere, all of those things. But you don't want to do it from an exhausted place, right? You don't want to do it from an exhausted place. When you're working on, an exhausted place, you're working off of fumes. You don't have, your ideas are not as brilliant. You don't have enough time to get things done the way you want them to be done. So now they got to get done the way they have to get done, because you only got a certain amount of time for it to get done, right? So what are we doing here? We need to figure out when we need to rest. We need to figure out when we need to rest. Okay, so I'm going to look that up. Timo. 2 eyes, right? So I'm going to try that one. I'm going to try that too. So the next thing is life happens. Life is going to happen. Life's going to happen to all of us. We're going to face challenges. There's going to be some roadblocks, especially when you decide that you want to be organized, especially when you decide that you want to launch something, especially when you decide that now is the time that you're going to focus on your business. There are going to be some challenges and there are going to be some roadblocks, but what are you going to do about those things? Right? Are you going to continue to keep moving? Are you going to look for a way to get around that thing, or are you going to allow it to stop you? What are you going to do when the roadblocks and the challenges come up? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. What do you plan on doing? Right? Because it's going to happen. Do you notice every time that you say things like, every time I'm doing so great, something bad has to happen. Or every time I want to focus on my business, then an emergency happens. Every time I want to do this, then something happens. There's always going to be something. But what are you going to do when that something happens? Right? How are you going to pivot? Because you're going to have to pivot, right? A challenge may be you don't feel like you're ready to do a certain thing. Maybe it's something that you need. Maybe it's something that you need to learn. Grab a book, listen to a seminar, go to YouTube, figure it out. Google has plenty of information. You could basically Google anything, right? So figure out what you need to do and start applying it to your life immediately. And that way you can be like, okay, I needed to do this. I may have to, pause a second so I can learn this, or whatever I need to do, but I'm going to do what I need to do so I could get on track, right? What are you going to do when the challenges arise? Because they will, right? All the orders didn't come in the way I thought they was going to come in. So what do I need to do? Right? I need to think about it. I need to take a second and I need to plot this out. I need to plan out what I did. I need to see what I did wrong. I need to see what I can do to raise awareness. I need to see what I can do to be more omnipresent. I need to see what else can I do, right? Because if it's not A, B, and C, then I need to start exploring D, E, and F, right? And so don't get bummed out because things ain't work out. Just look at it as a stepping stone. It's a challenge, it's a roadblock. Look at it and say, what can I do to get myself around it? If I can't get over it, how can I get around it? If I can't get around it, how can I get under it? Or how can I just push, bulldoze right through it? What could I do? Right? Because these challenges and these roadblocks are going to happen. They're going to happen. There's nothing that we can do. They're going to happen. The only thing that we can do is say, I'm going to start preparing myself. And if I need to, I'm going to be flexible. If I need to move a little bit, if I need to change something, or I need to do, try a different strategy, I'm open to it, right? You got to be open to the change because it's going to happen. Right. The last thing that I want you to do, well, it's not the last thing. The last thing is celebration, as always, right? But the next to last thing is to track your success, right? You want to track your progress. You want to see, how you're doing. That is why I gave you the days so that you can start putting the things that you need to do so that you can start crossing those off. When you crossing out those things are going to motivate you. Those things are going to make you feel good about yourself, that you actually stuck to the plan and you actually did what you said you were going to do. How many times we say we're going to do something, but we don't stick to the plan, and so we don't do those things, right? And then that thing moves down the line and down the line, down the line, down the line until it's gone off the line, right? So once you start seeing you have put out you put out your schedule, you planned this, you mapped out your goals, and all of the small things that you did to accomplish it is going to make you feel good, because when you finally hit that thing, because you were consistent and doing everything that you said you were going to do in a timely manner on the days that you said, and you even added more stuff to it. Once you finally get to that final destination, you are going to feel so good about yourself. You are going to have your mind is going to be more open. You're going to think bigger, because now you may have been thinking small, just thinking, oh, I just need to get these things done. But now you can think bigger, because now you see that you can do the smaller things. So now if I can do that, I can do anything. If I can do that, I can even step it up a little bit. And when I step it up a little bit, I could see and I get that stuff done, I'm going to be motivated to get the bigger thing, right? I'm going to open my eyes. I'm going to expose myself to different things, different possibilities. And so that is going to make you want and thrive and strive for more. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Hey, babes. Welcome back. I'm telling y'all, today is the day of welcome back. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining, babes. We are talking about goals this morning. I don't know how much you heard or what you missed. But we are on the last one, which is progress. But the last one is celebrate. So celebrate your wins every day. When you cross something off, celebrate, right? Oh, I'm gonna buy myself a treat, right? And I don't mean go out and spending crazy money. Like, let's say you wanted a sweet treat, or let's say you wanted to get you a coffee, or let's say you wanted to do something like that for yourself, right? Or I'm going to give myself, an extra whatever, right? Whatever that looks like to you, do that, but celebrate your wins. Celebrate them wins. Every single time you cross something off that list, celebrate it, right? Celebrate it and cross it off so that you can have the confidence to get to the next level, right? A lot of the times we're not moving in the light, in the energy that we should, because we are lacking confidence, because we don't know if we can do the thing. right? And I'm here to tell you, of course you could do the thing, but you got to do the work. The thing ain't going to happen if you don't do the work. The work has to happen, right? And so it has to be a plan. No matter what you do, is going to have a plan. You're going to have some kind of strategy in order for you to get to your destination, right? If you don't know where you're going, you need a roadmap, right? Always. Even if you turn on the GPS have to be updated or you're going the wrong way, right? So you got to make sure that even if you have to reroute yourself or you have to do something, that you do it, right? And that you give yourself enough grace and enough time and give yourself enough praise, right? You got to praise yourself. Like, I did that. I did that. I said that I didn't have time to meditate. And you know what I did? I took 5 minutes and I meditated every morning. It may not be at the same time every day, but I took 5 minutes out the day to meditate. It may not be massive. Maybe your ultimate goal was for you to meditate for 30 minutes, a half an hour. I mean, for an hour. Maybe that was your goal, right? But if you got that 5 minutes, and you haven't been meditating for years and you got that 5 minutes, guess what, sis? You got to celebrate that, because you weren't doing it before, but now you're doing it. And that 5 minutes could turn into 10 minutes, and that 10 minutes could turn it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could just keep on going. So you got to make sure that you are celebrating yourself, even when the win doesn't look like what you want it to look like, right? That win may not be the big grand thing that you want it to be. You may not have got the goals that you wanted. Like, let's say you a dollar amount, right? You said, I wanted to bring in $5,000 for this week, right? You may not have hit that, but sis, what if you hit that 2,500? That's 2,500, right? That's not zero. You could have been zero. You could have been a negative, but you're not, right? Celebrate that. The launch didn't go off the way you planned on it, right? You didn't get as many orders as you want. Did you get any orders? I did. So let's celebrate that. Right? Let's celebrate that. And then now let's reflect. Let's see what we need to do in order for us to get that number that we said. Let's see what we need to do to get however many orders that we said that we wanted to do. Let's see where you were lacking. Let's see where you were weak at. Let's see where you were not showing up at. And now figure out, how can you show up there? Right? So let me know if you guys are with me. Put some ones in the chat. Ones. Or if I lost you, let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. So we should be good and set and ready for the week. You guys have your PDF or your goal sheet. Please fill those out. On Monday, we are going to come back and we are going to we're going to reflect on the things that we did. And if we accomplish them, we're going to celebrate together as a group. We are going to celebrate as a unit. And we're also going to make sure we are holding ourselves accountable for doing the things that we say that we want to do. You can't expect anybody else to hold you more accountable than you're going to hold yourself, right? So you got to make sure that you are showing up for yourself. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. We got some ones. We got some ones. We got some ones. We got some ones. Right? Please download it. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. You cannot say that you are not successful at anything if you are not even trying. You cannot say that something doesn't work if you never even tried. And even if you did try, if you didn't try another method, if you didn't try another way, if you didn't try another route, you can't blame anybody else but you, right? Because you didn't try everything. You didn't exhaust all of the possibilities. Exhaust the possibilities first before you say something didn't work. And then you go on and move on to the next thing, right? So with that being said, y'all, I appreciate y'all for sharing your hour with me. I know that your time is valuable. Most of you guys are at school. Most of you guys are at work. I'm thinking Jordan. Most of you guys are at work and you still find time to listen to me. So I hope that something that I said resonated with you today. And I hope that is something that you could take with you and teach somebody else. And so that way you could be reteaching yourself. And I know that this is something that you're never going to get back. So I hope it's well worth your investment. You guys, like, comment, and subscribe. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I don't know what y'all waiting for. Subscribe already. I'm trying to get to 100K. I'm almost at 20K. Matter of fact, let's check and see where we are right now while I got all of y'all here with me. Let's see where we at. We are at, let me see. Here go my hand up here. Let me see where we are. We are at 19,947. So I want to get to my 20,000. Hopefully I could get to 20,000 by Monday. Hopefully we'll see. And I'm going to be posting up my videos every day because that's part of my goals. I'm going to put that on my sheet too. I am also going to have my sheet too. So I'm not going to say you guys do something and I'm not doing it. I'm going to be a part of it too. What else do I want to say, you guys? I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. We are here 9 a.m. for Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. And also tell everybody, if you found something interesting today and something resonated with you, tell them come join us over here because we popping, right? So thank you, thank you, everybody. I will see you guys in your stories because I'm going to be flooding them because that's what I do. And I will talk to you all in the morning, y'all. So wait, so wait. I couldn't end the show. So so you guys, thank you so much for sitting and enjoying today with me. I appreciate you guys. I'm so blessed and so thankful and grateful for every one of y'all who watch in the morning, who comes and joins me every morning. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, gratitude raise them vibrations, right? Be grateful for every single thing because that is going to raise those vibrations. So raise them, raise them, raise them, raise them. So thank you guys, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.